What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In today's video, we are jumping into Batman and Robin issue number 1, a brand new story coming from Joshua Williamson. Over the course of the last 2 years, what we had seen is Batman and Robin, Damian and Bruce. They've really been on the outs. Ever since the death of Alfred, everybody has been dealing with this in their own unique ways. And when talking about Damian Wayne specifically, he has been going through a lot. Everything with Flatline, everything with the Lazarus Island. We have seen him truly branching out and becoming his own person. But things are changing in Gotham because Catwoman and her war are beginning. What is known as the Gotham War. We have been seeing the groundwork really being laid out for quite a while now. And after the events that had just recently transpired, with Damian Wayne punching Red Hood in the face, him and Batman made their getaway, with the battle lines now being drawn. It is Bruce and Damian against the world. So, make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, we are picking up with a break-in. White Rabbit and her entire crew, they are hitting this place. But they are quickly interrupted with the arrival of Batman and Robin. It doesn't take long for our heroes to win the day, saving the hostages and regaining control of the Zeppelin. And so, with the day being saved, our two heroes, they head back to the brownstone. Now, Robin hasn't actually lived in the brownstone. This is how long him and Batman have been on the outs. But Bruce is letting him know that he has outfitted the brownstone with state-of-the-art security. The upper levels are mostly for show, but they are fully functional living quarters. The lower levels, that's where the Bat computer, training grounds, garage, all of that stuff is. And while Damian's not saying much, Bruce is letting him know that he knows this isn't the mansion. He also knows that Damian has lived a very unusual life. The last few years, he has been dealing with a lot. To say that the last couple of years have been hard would really be an understatement. But he's letting him know that he is happy he chose to stay here with Bruce. While having this conversation, we have Damian who interrupts him, telling him that they need to get as much sleep as possible if they're gonna go out there and stop crime, saying goodnight and closing the door in his face. Bruce stands at the door and he contemplates knocking again. He contemplates having a deeper conversation with his son, but he pauses and then walks away, thinking to himself, how did Alfred ever do this? But when our heroes wake up the next morning, Damian Wayne is already downstairs and he is making breakfast, making tea just right the way Alfred had taught him. And as they begin to sip tea, Damian makes a point to say that he didn't even check it for poison. For Bruce, this is definitely some progress. But now that they are living together, Bruce really wants to lay down some ground rules. There's something specific that he wants to talk to him about. He has enrolled Damian in Gotham Heights. Tomorrow, he will be starting high school. And at first, Damian believes that this is an assignment, that there must be some target at the high school that they are focusing on. But Bruce clarifies that you're going back to school. You told me about your time on Lazarus Island, the friendship and progress that you made around kids your own age. Bruce wants him to continue this. He wants him to have some kind of teenage years. And while Damian tries to tell him that that's not what he wants, that they've been through this before, he is smarter than anyone teaching at any level. And even more, they don't have time for it. If they look at the number of active cases in Gotham, everything going on with Catwoman, there is still crime all over the city. Specifically, he did some investigating this morning, trying to figure out what the point of White Rabbit's hijacking of the Zeppelin was. That's when he came across a doctor. All the stolen technology has been related to his DNA sequencing work, with him being one of the hostages on the Zeppelin last night. This makes for a pretty obvious connection, but Bruce is telling him that our conversation about you going back to school is not over. Damian tells him that let's say it's to be continued, but as soon as night falls, they are gonna head out and they're gonna figure out what's going on, telling him no, you can't drive the Batmobile. But Robin says that there's been some changes. The two of them haven't really talked a whole lot lately. One of the most recent changes is that Robin has his own vehicle. And so as they hop into the Robin mobile, they go to find the doctor. As they pull up, they find that they have Croc and Orca that are already here and they are kidnapping him. But it's much more than that. Fox, Man-Bat, all of these individuals are here. It doesn't take long for the fighting to begin. Batman and Robin jumping in, but while this fighting is ongoing, there appears to be somebody with a rifle on a rooftop nearby, and that barrel is focused on Batman. As Man-Bat tries to get away with the doctor, Batman goes to go in on him, that rifle being shot, but it was no bullet, as Robin continues to fight, letting Fox know that this is not the terrible trio's MO, assuming that these guys are working for goons as someone else, that they are just wearing a mask. But when Robin kicks it off, we see that there is no mask. Robin very confused, trying to figure out how this is possible. The problem is, he cannot focus on them right now, because something is going on with Batman. Batman was just hit with a small gas pellet. He breathed it in. He knows it's not poison, but it is something else. With Robin saying that they gotta get back to the Batcave and they must do it now. This is when dozens and dozens and dozens of bats begin to descend down on them. Damian saying that they are attacking, but they're not attacking Robin. These bats are attacking Batman. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. So this one was definitely a fun issue continuing on the story of the Gotham War. Though this isn't focusing on the war itself, it is focusing on the relationship of Batman and Robin. These two have been on the outs for so very long. They have been having trouble reconnecting. What a better opportunity to reconnect than having to fight against the entire Bat family. There was never a question. Damian was always going to side with Bruce in this Gotham War. And I have to admit that it is so nice finally seeing father and son back together. These two really have been struggling, and I think this is what both of them need right now. With the Batman of Zur-En-Arrh trying to make his arrival, trying to break free of the cage that Bruce has put him in, and then Damian. Damian has been struggling so very much. Everything that went on with his girlfriend Flatline, everything that happened on Lazarus Island. Lazarus Island inevitably leading into Lazarus Planet. Lazarus Planet leading into Insomnia, which was Night Terrors. It has been one thing after another. And so I would say right now, this is probably the best for both of them. And we know how hard it is for Bruce to really convey his emotions, to tell people how he is feeling. And though he's trying to work on this, we see in this comic that he really is trying with Damian. That Damian truly doesn't understand how much Bruce needs him right now more than ever. The sad truth, this family broke with the death of Alfred. They have been floundering for years, unable to pick up and put the pieces back together. But this seems like the prime opportunity for that puzzle to get put together, to be made whole. Unfortunately, there are other things that they have to focus on currently, like the fact that Batman just got hit with some kind of pellet that appears to make bats very aggressive and attack him, the very symbol that he represents. It is turned against him. This was the point. Whoever shot that pellet, they did this with a purpose, making the bats turn on Batman. This is only the first step in taking down the bat. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your theories. If you would like to get caught up on everything that is going on with the Gotham War, go ahead, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It is gonna get you completely caught up on everything going on with the Gotham War. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership, much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. If you are unable to do that, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.